That's how I get that ooh.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. What's goody, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl, TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in this daggone break room, y'all. Oh boy. All right. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all know who we gonna get into today. Good Thursday morning to everyone in the break room. Happy May 1st to you all. Can y'all believe it? We are already 5 months into 2025. And baby, 2025 has definitely been 2025ing. Okay. It's been a lot going on in these short 5 months of the year, but they have definitely went by really, really fast. We're almost at our summer. We're 1 month away from summer. April showers definitely bring May flowers. So hopefully, it'll get, start, springing up around here. Okay. As far as the seasons, our lives, and our daggone pockets, y'all. Nita G said, I love a good crash out and Skye commentary. This will be good. Nita, girl. Woo, hey D Nikki, hey K Watts, hey Bless, hey Janae, Shanika, all my good morning sis, Fluffy, Sean, Blue E-Boy, Heather, Nikki in the building, Pure Area was the first to say good morning, break room. Hey Teresa, good morning to you. You said, I'll be blessed and not stressed today, for we at our jobs, clocking in, securing that direct deposit, girl. Okay. Teresa, don't say that, honey. Don't you tell these people to go get no job. Girl, you might get jumped in the parking lot. Do not. Teresa, don't say that again. I'm telling you. You tell these people get a job, girl, they be ready to catch you in your sleep and hit you in your forehead. Okay? Cause I'm convinced, to each his own. However you feel like you need to do and what you need to do, however you need to do, or however you feel to do to get your coins coining, that's your business. Okay. I'm cancer free. I rung the bell last Friday. Yes, Nikki, congratulations, girl. Oh my goodness, Nikki, I know that's been an uphill battle for you, sis. I'm so happy you were able to ring that bell, sis. Thank you so much for sharing that with us this morning. Thank you, baby. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, Teresa, girl, I'm telling you, right, Nita? Congratulations, Nikki. Yes, ma'am. We love to hear a good story. I know D. Nikki told us that she got her promotion. Now, Nikki is telling us that she is definitely cancer-free. She rung that bell last Friday. So congratulations, baby. T&J Show, good morning to you. Okay, y'all. So y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. It definitely is a blessing, blessed. Y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail. We're gonna get into Skye. Now, we haven't been over to Skye's. Hey, Latoya, hey, Shanika. We haven't been over to Skye's in a minute, y'all. Hey, Nearly. And I think the last time we were over there as the break room, I think she was having some problems with the person that's been emailing her, okay? I think that is still a current problem. But Skye recently put up 2 videos, a part 1 and a part 2. And she titled it, YouTube Isn't Worth It Anymore. Time for Something New. Okay. So a lot of you guys that are clocked into the break room this early in the morning, it's 157 of you guys up in here. Y'all know we've been following Skye's journey for a minute. Okay. And most recently, last year, around July of last year, Skye was evicted from her home. And in the process of her being evicted, she also announced that she had married some guy, and he was following the journey of her eviction, of being homeless. And pretty much throughout the summer of 2024, into the fall, into the winter, we watched Skye and her family kind of bounce around. We watched them go to hotels and the forest and her mom's backyard. Well, you guys, at the top of 2025, Skye was able to, hey Bonita, hey Lady T, Skye was able to land a place, okay? So some of us speculated, I wonder if Skye got her Section 8 back, because if you guys don't know, Skye had lost her Section 8 last year, and she had talked about appealing the decision. Well, based off some things that I've been hearing, that she's in some type of program where they pay her rent or help her assist with rent for 2 years. And a lot of times when you get into a lot of times that happens when you go to shelters. It's called like a transitional housing program. Well, we know Skye didn't go to a shelter, but Skye had told us that she has, good connections with caseworkers in the city that she lives in. So it sounds like she was able to get into a program without actually going to the shelter, and they are helping her with housing for 2 years. And again, I don't know that to be 100% fact. That's what a couple of my subscribers came in the DMs and was telling me about her living situation. Neither here nor there. If somebody is willing to help you either 100% of your rent, 50% of your rent, 75% of your rent for 2 years, okay, that's a blessing. Okay, now we know Section 8 is kind of longevity, as long as you don't mess up and do anything to get kicked off the program, like not pay your rent like Skye did. You can have Section 8 for a long time. So it sounds like she's in this transitional housing program, okay? And so we find out in this video, Skye has a lot of conversations, and I'm going to ask you guys a question, because y'all know I don't really watch Skye like that. I kind of come over when there's some action going on over here. Skye and her regular vlogging is not my cup of tea. And I did catch a couple of videos, because some of the things she said in her video, I was trying to I'm like, when did that happen? So I was kind of looking back. And one thing I did notice in her videos, she's no longer, y'all know she does a lot of, what do you call that? Speak over on her videos, and she'll play music for 95% of the video. Well, I noticed she's not doing that as much anymore. She's actually like rolling the camera without adding music, so you can't hear what's going on in the video. So maybe she's taking some constructive criticism from her voiceovers. Thank you, Lady T. But maybe she's taking some constructive criticism from her audience, and has decided to stop doing that because it was annoying a lot of people. Because if people wanted to just listen to music, they would go turn on the radio. Okay, most people, when they come watch a person on social media, they typically want to interact with you by listening and hearing what's going on. Okay, so if you guys know anything about Skye, Skye has dealt a lot with, yes, she is. Skye has dealt a lot with social media. And you'll hear in this video, hey, go get it. You're here in this video. This is serious, y'all. You can tell that Skye emotionally have some issues. And I don't think it has 100% to do with the criticism of social media. I think it has a lot to do with her upbringing, her things that's going on in her life, or has went on, or currently going on. But we know that people love to come to social media and trauma dump and make their problems the world problems, right? And I think we have said this many times about Skye. Like when she thought it was a good idea to come to the internet and show the world that her apartment before this house she's living in was infested with roaches. We all no, it never does, Tay Tay. We all said, Skye, I mean, that's unfortunate that you are dealing with roaches, but sis, that should never be content. I mean, if you really think about it, a person who thinks that that's a good idea to show the world that they're dealing with roaches, it has nothing to do with being transparent. It has nothing to do with being real with the world. It has a lot to do with the instability of your mental capacity, right? Because no one should ever glorify or make it make sense that you have a roach problem. I feel like if your house is infested with roaches and you're not a homeowner, that definitely should be between you, the landlord, and Orchid, or whatever company you're going to use to get rid of the roaches. Coming to the internet showing the world how you're trying to persevere with your house riddled in roaches, and and also by showing us that, it's also showing us how you're living. And so a lot of us came to the conclusion that the roaches didn't say, you know what, we just gonna come over here and mess with Skye. We don't like the fact that she's over here living roach free. We're gonna invade her space. We decided once we started watching Skye that a lot of the roach problem was her own fault, right? Because she was living nasty. She was bringing things from the outside into her home. It's called hoarding. She was hoarding a lot of things from like what do you call those, dumpsters, and on the side of the road, and so we quickly realized, oh, okay, sis, that's why you have a roach problem, because you know you're outside picking in the dumpsters and bringing things into your house that you clearly do not need, right? So we quickly realized that was the prime basis of why she has roaches, on top of the fact that she's not a very clean person. And I'm not saying that to shade her. It's very evident. It's very true. All you gotta do is watch, right? Some people may not want to say it out loud, but I feel like if she is brazen enough to show the world how she's living, I think we definitely have the right to comment on it. I mean, you know, it's not like we snuck in her back door and took pictures and ran to the internet to expose her. She exposed herself, right? So Blue E-Boy says, Skye doesn't realize the footage she's willingly posted of the kids living in fields can be triggering. Yes, we've talked about that too. Her storage and videos of that was something out of this world. I personally never seen anything like it. I haven't either. Not personally, right, Blue E-Boy? Not personally. I've seen it on social media, but I don't know anyone. I definitely has never, done. Her storage was a guy. Dog, I've never even seen anything like that. Like you said, Blue Boy, in person, okay? Mishi said, yeah, she's boring. She just does meals and cleaning, but I like watching meal preps and cleaning videos, but they are more exciting than hers. Yeah. I think she thought it was normal. I do too. And I'm gonna get to that in a few moments. I think Skye thought it was normal because obviously that she's around people who live like that. So she's normalized her living situation. And I almost believe that Skye feels like, well, the people that I associate with, be it family, friends, whomever, live like this too. So, the whole internet, the whole entire world not living like this. Like she normalized that behavior. So it was normal for her to show that because she normalized it. Okay. So I'm gonna stop talking. I want to get into what Skye is talking about, because there's a lot of things in this video. Like I said, I listened to the whole entire part one. There's a part one and part two. We're gonna cover part one today, and we're gonna cover part two tomorrow. And they're definitely hikes. It was serious to me. I felt bad for Skye. I really did. I really felt bad for her. But, Skye has to feel more of that for herself. Me feeling bad for her is not going to help her current situation and how she copes with life, right? Because and I'm going to say this, because of what she displays in this video is all the more reason why she probably should shy away from the internet. Some of you guys may not know, but for years, Skye cut her comments off. She cut her comments off because she did not want the criticism of the internet. She just wanted to have her cake and eat it too. And what Skye has to understand as an adult woman, that you cannot have your cake and eat it too. Skye wants the comfortability of posting on the internet and getting paid for it, but she doesn't want to deal with the backlash of doing that, depending on the type of content. So she wants to be able to make her money and post her videos, and she wants everybody to hush, right? And that's why her comments was off for the longest. And Peach McIntyre basically convinced her, no, cut your comments on. You're messing up your engagement. You're effing up your money. And by Skye doing that, she was able to hit 10,000 along with the help of reaction channels. But she was able to get to 10,000 because now people were able to engage with her in the comments. Well, now because she's more concentrated on the comments on her own videos and the comments on other videos, Skye is no longer like, she's laser focused on that, and she's not like just posting her content and moving on by her business, because the reality is you can't make the world shut up. You just can't do it, sis. Even if you cut your comments off on YouTube, if you have other platforms, if you have other platforms, they'll just go over there and comment wherever they want to comment, you know, to discuss what they are seeing that you're displaying of your life. For some reason, that doesn't connect with Skye. I don't know why. Skye paid a lot of people on the internet a lot of money to teach her how to do YouTube, and it's been a waste of money because Skye needs to sit in front of a therapist. And I'm not saying that jokingly. I'm saying that very sincerely. She definitely needs some help with her mental stability. You could tell that it's just not the internet. It's just her life decisions effed with her. And what the internet does, it intensifies. It brings it to light for her. It makes her very focused on what she thinks is normal. Action is not normal. So the internet shows her like, no, sis, like you living with a house full of roaches, trying to blame everybody but yourself is not normal, sis. And so that's what the internet does. The internet is almost like an adult supervision over her, right? And she doesn't like that. Skye doesn't like to be told anything. Right? She don't like to be told, and that's how she lives her life. She don't like to be told. She likes to just do what she wants to do, and she doesn't want to hear any backlash from it. But that's not the reality. That's not being an adult. And we've all said that Skye seems kind of childish and childlike at times. I mean, her behavior does seem a little immature on a lot of the situations that she puts herself in, the things that she discussed. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's get into Skye.
All right, Joe, I'm about to make this video. And I'm trying to debate if this is going to be my last video that I make. Honestly, because now it's really getting to the point where I'm really getting really aggravated. Okay? So I'm up. It is 2:39 in the morning. I'm waiting for the police to come. Because I'm still being
That's
harassed.
right,
Even though everybody believes that it's all a hoax or whatever you want to call it, it's all fake. Okay. My thing is, if it was fake, if it was views, this is something I would have been done on my channel. I really have somebody that keeps emailing me, sending messages on TikTok and everywhere, and most times, to this point, I'm not even sure if it is that dude, but most times it is. Because at the end of each thing, he ended up saying it's him. But it's just crazy that people feel like somebody needs to lie about getting emails and being harassed and all that stuff like that. It's really sad. But
Skye, I think in the beginning we thought you were probably making this up. But now that it's been going on for so long, I think people more are saying, sis, why are you constantly entertaining it? Like at this point, stop breathing life into it. Stop breathing life into it. If it's happening, that's unfortunate. But all you got to do is ignore it, sis, and keep it pushing. You don't have to read the emails. You don't have to reply back to the emails. You don't have to, sis. If you see the email and it's coming from a email that you're not familiar with, or you are familiar with and you already know what it's about, sis, just delete it. Don't even read it. Just delete it and keep it pushing. Skye does not want to do that.
I'm actually looking on this website that I used to look on years ago when I first started, and I hadn't really been on it like that. So I'm on here now, and it's like,
So the website she's talking about is Reddit. Okay. So she's talking about Reddit. It's a forum where people discuss all kind of things, world news, social media. They discuss everything on Reddit. Okay. So she's talking about Reddit. All right. Okay, I was trying to see what you were saying, Naya. Or is it Nia? Nia. So she's talking about Reddit. So she's looking at Reddit, and she's basically so you guys can understand what because at first I couldn't understand what she was reading or what, and then I went back and listened again, and I realized she's talking about Reddit. Okay, so she's looking at the comments on Reddit, and this is how she's responding to in this video.
I'm not.
That's what she's doing.
First of all, I'm not gonna cry because right now it's
Morning,
like,
Sheikah.
The only thing that makes me want to cry is that people. First of all, there's one thing when they're saying I don't pay Maddie attention, which is my I don't like to go by her skin complexion, but people are on there going by her skin complexion. They're calling her my darker child. She looks just like me. She acts just like me.
Good morning, BM.
I baby Maddie pretty much. Everybody seems to feel like I don't pay her too much of attention. Honestly, it's like weird to me. I don't know. It's like multiple kids in the house. So I'm not paying attention when I'm recording that I'm recording my attention to everybody, you know? I'm just pretty much trying to get videos out, first of all. Okay. Second of all, they mentioned that I don't pay too much attention to Skye, which is one of my twins, my boy twin. Skye is a more, I don't know what to put it. I don't know how to put it. He's just like, when he finds something to do, he's into that. He's not really trying to be bothered with everybody. He's like cool, like, you know. So it's not that I'm paying more attention to one child and not the other. It's like all of my kids get my attention. It's just people feel like they gotta pick.
Skye, what you have to understand is people pick up on things that you may not be picking up on because you're doing the content, but the people are watching it. So they'll pick up on things that you may not be aware of. And subconsciously, since you may have a favorite child or I don't, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really pay attention that much to the interaction between her and her children. What I pay more attention to is the fact that she don't make those kids do anything. Okay. And she'll talk about that later on in this video. She doesn't make those kids more responsible for their age. I feel like at the age, especially her oldest daughter, who is 17, she doesn't make those kids more responsible for that house that everybody lives in. For some reason, Skye thinks that she's supposed to be the superwoman of the home. She mentions in this video how people say her kids are spoiled, and she doesn't understand why when she says that we don't understand what she means. And we'll get into that part. Just give me a moment.
They got to pick. Like, okay, so today we're going to pick that she does not like some of her kids. Like, that makes no sense. I know how it feels to not be loved or liked by a parent. So why would I do that to one of my kids? I'm not doing it to none of my kids. Okay. They try to make it seem like my 5-year-old is such a spoiled brat. He's just the youngest of my crew until my stepson came. So all of the kids spoiled him. It wasn't just me, it's everybody. So it's like we can't um we can't treat a child with love, or certain people looking like, oh, she loves him more. No. I love all my kids the same. First of all, okay. Another thing, I always say my kids are spoiled, but people constantly keep saying, how are they spoiled when they got raggedy clothes and raggedy shoes? Kids go through things. Like, oh my God, y'all act like I never buy my kids anything, but yet y'all see videos of me buying things.
Yeah, but Skye, when people hear you mention that your children are spoiled, typically spoiled and loved is two different things. Spoiled means they're getting everything they want and need, and it's typically the finer things, right? So your children having what you say raggedy clothes and shoes, and you're saying it's raggedy because they dog it out. No, what the people are saying is, since you don't buy quality, you don't buy quality shoes. Like, I don't see your children, not saying that this is what they're supposed to wear. I don't see your kids running around in Jordans and Air Max and foam pies. I don't see that. You know, you spending $200-300, and let's be honest, Skye can't afford to do that, y'all. She can't afford to buy 6 kids $250 tennis shoes. She can't afford that, right? So spoiled. And she'll talk about it in a minute. Y'all remember we reacted on her daughter's junior prom situation. She's going to talk about that in a minute. So that's when people say, sis, your children are not what we consider spoiled. Like, if you buy them t-shirts from Family Dollar, since that's not called spoiled, that's called, you know, that you need to go buy them a shirt. You're not trying to spend that much money because A, you don't have a lot. B, you got to buy for a lot of kids. So that's not called spoiling them. That's called just buying them what you feel like they need, and you're basing it on the money that you have to spend. Yeah, that's it.
I'm not understanding. I have videos of me buying them clothes, buying them shoes, but yet y'all feel like if I'm not buying them something every single day or every single week, if I'm not buying them clothes and shoes every single day or every single week, it's such a problem.
No, that's not what people. If you're not buying your kids' clothes every day, every week, we're not saying that's what you're supposed to do. We're saying that you're claiming that you spoil your children, and people who quote unquote spoil their children spend money ridiculously on them, and there's no limit to it, right? So that's what spoiled is. So we're not saying, see, you see how Skye likes to twist it? What y'all got to understand is Skye feels guilty that she can't give her children the life that she wants to give them, that she can't give them the life that she feels like she didn't have as a child. Well, that's not the internet's fault, sis. That's based off the decisions you made in your life. Whatever decisions you made to have 6 children, to work jobs that obviously is not going to afford to raise 6 children, is not the fault of the internet. That's something she needs to take accountability for. The internet is just making it evident to her that, sis, you and those kids can be living far better based off the decisions you make. See, Skye wants to come to the internet and think she's gonna blow up like Peach McIntyre. Yes, sis, that may be a dream for a lot of people, but that's not the reality for a lot, right? You gotta deal the cards. You gotta play the cards that you're dealt, and them are not the cards that she was dealt. But even with you getting a hand that's not so good, you can change that hand up. For all my good card players in the chat.
But the part that really, all of that hurts me. Like that, like really, really hurts me. But the part that hurts me the most is for people to sit here and go onto this website and sit and say that I don't care about my oldest daughter. She been with me the longest. Why would I not? I was my mama's oldest child. I don't want to do this. People take this this stuff is jokes and it's like real life, serious people. What is wrong with people?
Okay, so we're going to pause. Shanika, you are so right. But we're going to pause. This woman is on a social media site called Reddit, reading the negative comments or what people view her as, right? And she's crying about it. That's true, LaToya. Think about what I just said. She is literally crying. Skye already knows about Reddit. She's not oblivious to Reddit. She was reading. Skye's been on Reddit for years. Okay, so she's been there before. That's why she left YouTube the last time, because she couldn't take the criticism. Why would you go to this at 2-something in the morning instead of being in the bed sleep? See, if you had a job, you wouldn't have time to sit and read comments at 2 o'clock in the morning. You will be asleep getting ready for the day. The next day, I should say. So now she's filming a video while she's reading Reddit, crying, thinking that this is going to make her audience go and shut Reddit down. No, sis, like, we can't shut Reddit down. Reddit, it's a platform where people are able to leave their thoughts and opinions. It's called freedom of speech, sis. Skye, you have a choice not to read it. If those are people comments about you, so be it, sis. That shouldn't display how you live your life. But the reality is the truth hurts. And Skye is reading and seeing the truth that she knows, but she doesn't want to accept. So she puts things on the internet thinking that people are not going to pay attention and people are going to feel sorry for this poor woman. Says, why should we feel sorry for you? You make the conscious decision to live the life that you chose to live. Why should we feel sorry for that? You said the site is about her, not for her. That's true. Even with that being said, Skye knows this, Shanika. Skye is not oblivious to that. She knows that. But Skye, I don't know, she's almost a glutton for punishment. And Skye likes for people to feel sorry for her. For some reason, Skye has watched people over the years on social media like Strong Mommy Chrissy. I remember Skye doing a video telling us about her life and how she became a single mom, right? And that video got her a lot of views. And I think over the years, Skye believes that the pitifulness of her life is what is going to attract people to her and to her channel. And in a sense, it will, because people like a train wreck, right? But they're only going to be there for so long. And then eventually people are they want more. They want substance. They don't want to just watch train wreck all the time. That's why Shanika Grant, that's why she doesn't get 50,000 views on the video. People go over there and watch because they're just like, God damn, but they're not going to stay there forever because people are going to want to go watch the girlies live real life. And see, a lot of people feel like, oh, these women putting all this fake stuff on the internet. Y'all remember my Jazzy Life used to say that, oh, I'm being very transparent. I'm not up here just showing y'all all the good as if life is perfect. Life is not perfect, right? And there are a lot of women who show us how they're living life good, not because it's fake. It's because those are the decisions they made for their life. The reality is, y'all, everybody is not living life fake that is showing you that they're living life good. It's not fake. It's because the decisions they made in their life is the reason why they're able to display that to the world. The reality is there are people who live life good and there are people who are not. But just because I post that I got a new car, it's not because I'm lucky. It's because I put in the work to be able to go purchase a new car. That's not fake. That's real. But people who are not living that type of life tends to think that's fake just because you're not blessed with that capability. Everybody ain't around here living tragic lives. That's true, Latrina. Good morning to you, sis. Hey, Miss Russell. Good morning.
And I'm on here crying because only God, jeez, I try not to do this. I'm only crying because people don't understand. Oh my God, how much I'm trying. I'm trying to be a strong person on this internet, but it's sad. People are evil. My daughters. People got so much to say. The real reason why my daughter's hair looked the way that it did, because I tried to get my aunt to do her hair. And she wanted to charge me $125 to do a lace front. No, it wasn't even a lace front, to do sewing. $125 to do a sewing.
Wait, Skye's real name is Sheena? Oh, I didn't know that. Not Sheena. Where'd she get Skye from? Maybe that's her middle name. Not her real name is Sheena. I didn't even know that.
And everybody keep talking about tax money this, tax money that. Well, guess what?
Hey,
I had to borrow money to move into my place. You gotta pay deposit, first month's rent, get all of the utilities cut off, pay bills the next month. So I had to borrow towards my taxes and pay that stuff back. Y'all still paying out like I get millions of dollars when I get taxes and I don't.
Wait, hold on. Wait, whoa. Hold on. Now, wait a minute, sis. Now, are you blaming your poor money management on the fact that you couldn't set your daughter off for prom? Wasn't your daughter working? Did she not save money? Save her money? What did she do with her money? What does bills that come every month got to do with once in a lifetime prom event? She act like prom is every month. Prom comes once in a lifetime, maybe twice if you go to junior and senior. But typically, it's senior prom. I went to senior prom. I didn't go to junior prom. My mother made me make a choice. She said, you either go to junior or senior. I said, I'm going to senior. Because I had a sweet 16 party, a formal sweet 16 party. So since my mother threw me a sweet 16 party, she was like, well, you're not doing junior prom. I said, okay, girl. Well, what can I do, ma'am? She said, you're going to have to pick one. I said, well, damn, I'll pick senior. Okay. And that's what we did. So my mother planned and prepared for my sweet 16 party and planned and prepared for my prom. Yeah, that's what we did. So I don't understand why these moms can't do that. That's what I did. When my children said they wanted to go to prom, okay. What we doing? Because we ain't doing both. Which one we doing? They chose, okay, well, that's the one we gonna help with. And that's it. I don't be understanding. Why does everything only happen at tax time? That's the problem with y'all. Y'all base everything around tax time when there's 11 more months of the year that you got to live. I know, Brandy girl.
Oh, because everybody wants to say, oh, yeah, her husband, he wanted to get a Suburban. I don't know about cars. So it don't even matter. Every single car that I've gotten, somebody has taught me how to get in. Somebody has helped me with getting. I don't know anything about cars. I can't sit here and go and purchase a car and be like, oh, yeah, because I purchased cars and they broke down within a week. So yeah, I go and I take people's advice when they tell me, oh, this is a good car. I do that. Because at the end of the day, I had to purchase a new car because I take my kids back and forth to school every single day. Because when we moved to the buses cannot come pick them up. The buses cannot. So, and I know people gonna take this as a joke. It's so funny. It's always funny. It's always funny to laugh at somebody and laugh at their pain.
Skye, baby, you got to learn how to take accountability for your poor money management. We watched you junk up half your tax check. We watched all those Walmart shopping trips. We watched you do it, sis. $125 is nothing. Girl, you can go to the plasma place and get that in 30 days. Like, this girl quit her job. So the healthcare job that Skye has had since 2011, she quit it. She quit that job because she said she don't want to be in healthcare. Well, what you want to do? Sit on the internet and cry about the fact that people criticize your life? That's what you want to do for a living? Oh, okay, girl. Well, let's see how long that's going to last.
It's always funny. But everybody really needs to stop jumping to conclusions and ask first. Ask questions first. Yeah, I shouldn't have made the video that I made and be like, I did her hair because I didn't have time to style. Because the person who usually does her hair, which is her godmother, tried to charge me $125 to do her hair. And I already know it does not cost that much to do that.
Wait, hold on. Her godmama, which is your aunt, wanted to charge you $125 to do her hair. Baby, that was cheap. That was cheap. The girls are charging way more than that to get quick weaves and sew-ins. That says she actually, that was cheap. That was a player deal. That was a family discount. That's a little goddaughter discount. At the end of the day, that woman was supposed to do her hair for free. Why? Don't she need to make money too? You're not on the internet for free. So why should this woman give her services, use her time? I mean, at the end of the day, Skye, you should have planned. I'm pretty sure, unless your daughter mentioned to you at the last minute she wanted to go to prom. And let's be honest, if she said it at the last minute, then she would have had to come up with half the money. Again, your daughter was working all last year. What has she done with her money? She has no money saved up. It is cheaper than a wig. It's all right, LaToya. $300 up. That was a player deal.
And I know it's gonna be a lot of people over here telling me not to quit YouTube, but at this point, like, this is really messing with my mental, for real. Like,
sis, I don't know what persons or people that you're referring to that's going to tell you not to quit YouTube. You just stated it's messing with your mental health. Sis, I'm going to encourage you. Anything that's bothering your mental health, I would encourage you to reduce that from your life. Anytime that you state that something is bothering your mental health, oh, sis, I'm not going to encourage you to persevere on. I'm going to encourage you to protect your peace, protect your mental health. Skye act like if she leave the internet, there's going to be a hole on YouTube. Girl, the women and the girls are going to persevere on, ma'am. At the end of the day, the first law of land is self-preservation. You have to preserve self before you do anything else. Skye, the reality is you probably shouldn't have shown that video of how you got your daughter, you did your daughter's hair in the kitchen for prom. You probably should. Skye, this is 2025. And even if there are the girls in the kitchen getting their hair done, when the hairstyling is finished, they're looking like they literally just left the salon. Unfortunately for your baby, that's not how she looks, Skye. So you trying to save money, in my opinion, humiliated that little girl. When Skye, you had $125 to get that baby hair done. You had the money. We watched you spend $100 in Dollar Tree on things you did not need. See, Skye wants to F off her money. And then when she's made to be accountable for it, now she's backpedaling. Just like when she got put out of her apartment. Skye got put out of that apartment because she didn't pay $1,000 when she had more than enough time to pay the money. But now she, again, you didn't have to come to the internet to tell us that you're getting evicted. You didn't have to tell us that. This girl was paying a fraction of her rent on Section 8 and got put out because she wouldn't pay the bill. They even saved her and had her paying the courts, and she wouldn't even pay the courts. So then once it came and people started listening and were like, wait, what? So now when people are like, well, wait a minute, Skye, why did you do that? Now when people want to hold her accountable, then she start pissy popping and backpedaling. That is a form of being immature. Like at some point, you have to take accountability for your own actions. Skye refuses to do that.
Like, and I knew I shouldn't have went on this site. I shouldn't have went on here. I'm jealous and I'm bitter of my own kids. And I'm doing this trying. And then somebody gonna sit here and say, I went to buy shoes for my son, but did not buy for my husband's son. Because it was my son's birthday and he really needed shoes. Like, what? I don't know what y'all want from me. Like, I don't know.
Skye, you don't have to make excuses for the mediocre things that you do for your children, sis. If all you can do is the bare minimum, that's great. There are parents out here that don't even do the bare minimum. Shanika, Nika, that lady, she don't even do the bare minimum. She got 8 kids sharing 12 donuts. So Skye, that's the problem, sis. Stop making excuses for what you can't afford to do. If that's all you can afford to do, or if that's all you want to do, and you choose to show the internet, yeah, you don't have to come back and explain to us the reasons why. The video explains itself. That's what she doesn't understand. Skye is very selfish to be a mom of 6 days.
And then people sit here saying my daughter had to pay for her own prom. She did not. I paid for my daughter's prom. No, I did not get the French tip on my daughter's nails. Which I could have done it, but I didn't. And I admit that I could have done it, but I didn't. It's just that simple. I didn't.
She couldn't pay
And
for
people
French
keep
tip
saying my
nails.
daughter is probably helping us. Is probably helping us with bills or going to help us when she graduates and all that stuff. And no, it's not going to happen. My daughter takes her money and uses her money for whatever she wants to use her money for. I do not ask my daughter for no money on bills or anything else. I'm still paying my daughter's phone bill. That's the only bill that she has. I'm still paying that.
Nails done? Wait, Skye got her nails done, but she couldn't get her daughter. At this point, why did you even let the girl go to prom? If you couldn't send her off appropriately, why did you even let her go? Better yet, why did you show the internet how she went? That's the better question. If you know that you couldn't really show up and show out, why did you put the video on the internet? Because let's be honest, y'all, we wouldn't have known how that little girl went to the prom. It's like Skye keep talking about everything she can't do, but you got your nails done. So why didn't you sacrifice you for your child? That's the question. For content, she didn't think it all the way through. Exactly, Maya. Like Jasmine said, everything is content. No, the hell it's not. Yeah, Shay, go check it out, sis.
I bet Skye's daughter had to pay for her own prom. If Skye had to pay for it, she would have came on her all smug talking about how much the ticket cost and how much the dress was, etc. Oh my. And I got the receipt and me paying it. But why would I? And but instead she only mentioned getting her nails done with no fringe tip because $10 extra was too much. I really do hate that for Maya. I know she's counting down the days until she graduates to get that long. And she's not. She doesn't even want to leave.
I agree, Gigi.
And then what y'all don't know is I sit here before we was even finished getting the nails done. I asked, I
Morning with
said, do
love.
you want the fringe tip? Because the lady asked again. And my daughter said no, she didn't want it. She didn't want to get the fringe tip because she realized that I don't know. I guess she just didn't feel like she didn't want to get it. I don't know. It's whatever. I mean, will y'all feel better if I take her again to get her nails done and get a fringe tip? Would that make y'all feel better? I'm not understanding.
No, would it make your daughter feel better? I mean, at this point, sis, keep us out of it. Shit, we're strangers on the internet watching what you willingly post to the internet. No, I mean, it's over with now. Yeah, prom over. I mean, just do better next year if she decides to go to senior prom.
It's a lot of people bashing me on here talking about I'm not spending money on this and spending money on that. When I'm in the process of I'm trying to save money to buy a house. And it's like, God.
Skye, hush. Now you're trying to save money to buy a house. Are you credit Skye? Before we save the money to buy a house, is the credit where it needs to to get a pre-approval? Are we there yet? Let's get the credit straight. And then we'll work. Because let's be honest, sis, if you're a first-time home buyer, yeah, there are programs out there that you don't need a whole bunch of money. Are you trying to do like Peach and buy the house cash? Is that what you're doing? Because since you got a long ways to go, if that's the case. How are you trying to buy a house and you didn't quit your job? Now, we're not saying that you can't use social media as a source of income, because if you file taxes on the money, you could definitely use that as a source of income. But based off the income that you earn, you don't even know how much you would even qualify for if you got a pre-approval. Let's be honest. The houses are expensive now. In the last 6 years, houses have went up astronomically. Like a basic house, depending on where you are in the United States, probably will start at about $200,000. Skye, can you afford a mortgage on a house that's $200,000 while you're saving money? How are you saving money?
Y'all just want me to just spend money here, there, and everywhere. I'm not getting it. That's the whole point of me not wanting to spend a whole $125 on the hair. And no, she did not wear those red heels.
Wait, so you didn't want to spend $125 to get your daughter's hair done for prom because you saving up to buy a house? When are you buying the house? Next week? Tomorrow? Yesterday? No, really, sis. $125 was going to keep you from buying a home? Sis, if $125 was going to keep you from buying a home, then sis, you're not ready to buy a house. I'm just saying.
I sit here and got her shoes and a dress. I let my daughter pick out her own dress. I don't. Let me skip over all that I want to say, and as this isn't the motor and the engine the same thing, anything. Anyway, folks, should be warned that the van has been lived in, and we never had sex in a van. That's just what, and full of sometimes. I hate it all. Yeah, we lived in it, etc., etc. I could have cleaned the van better than that, but guess what?
I was honestly tired from me doing most of it, and it's just me constantly having to keep explaining to people who just don't give a fuck anyway.
Yeah, I missed the red heels.
Van full of and soul ties, and I didn't even catch the mileage. She gonna play with the right one and get her 4K then for lying. How am I lying if the person comes to see the van before they purchase it? I literally told them everything that was wrong with the van. Somebody said, "Well, I thought they got the brakes done." We did. We did get the brakes done, but the person who did the brakes did not do a good job, so the brakes was not fixed. That's a whole nother reason why I let the van go, because I'm just like, I'll keep paying people to fix stuff on it and they're not fixing it right. This guy's definitely jealous of a
Sky, you
baby
let
girl.
that van go because once you bought the Suburban, you needed more money because you were damn near spent out. So that's why you sold the. That's why you sold the van, sis. Let's be honest, okay? You didn't sell the van because it needed work. You weren't fixing anything on it. That's not why you sold the van, sis. God dang, she lost so much.
At her age, Skye was already a mother, so she's probably salty about the decision she chose to make. I was not pregnant at 17. I did not. I had my daughter at 18, actually. So how am I jealous of my daughter? Her daughter has no kids, no ties to anyone, and can make a decent life of herself for herself. And I want her to. I want her to make a decent life for herself. I want her to go to college. I want her to do all that before she worry about a man, before she worry about kids. I want all of that for my daughter. I want that for all my kids. Mm. Also, I can bet Sky takes some of her check. Oh, they trying to say check. I really hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised. No, I do not. I do not take my daughter's money. And my daughter can get on here and tell. I go out the room. I let her edit a video. I let her put it up however she want to do it. I do not take my daughter's check. I go into the place with my daughter. I help her cash her checks. Yes, I do, and I let the people hand her money. And I go in with her. I have her ID. I have her social security card because I keep that stuff so it's not lost. But I let them hand her the money, and my daughter does what she wants with her money. And I'm actually trying to get her a bank again because she had a bank before, but she just started this new job. So I'm going to switch her bank to something different. And she's going to be taking her money and putting her money in there and saving her money. She acts like she's been robbed of experience, but it was through her own choices. How? What are you talking about? I love all of my kids. She passes down her same trauma that she accuses her mama doing to her. How? She treats her daughters like trash, and I don't. And I don't. I'm not understanding because I didn't pay somebody $125 to do my daughter's hair, a hairstyle that could been that's supposed to be done cheaper. And I didn't have a hairstylist that I can go to in a day in that time. Everybody, so I mean, I'm not understanding. Oh, I believe that baby is required to contribute to the house of some, and that's foul with the bum living around making beats and donating plasma. Everybody swears up and down my daughter is giving money. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, I take issues with our community making kids contribute financially to the home. That's not their responsibility. You're right. You're right. It's not a child's responsibility to contribute to the home. That's why I do not make my daughter contribute. But y'all swear up and down I do. Y'all swear up and down I do. Just like everybody sweeping down on another housing program. Yeah. So the house she living in is free because they don't seem to be worried about bills because I'm paying them. Besides my water bill, that's sky high because it's a leak with the house. And I've met with the landlord and we're going to do something about that. But other than that, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's pushing me to buy this and the third, but yet I still have bills to pay and I'm still trying to pay for a house. But everybody wants me to do this and the third. So I'm going to do what y'all want me to do. No. Yeah. See, that's why I'm trying to debate if I'm going to stay on YouTube. For real, I can't. This is like, so if I go and spend thousands of dollars on a birthday, on a prom, and then my bills don't get paid, and we're homeless again, and then everybody's gonna be looking at me like, well, you should have paid your bills instead. So now that I'm paying the bills and making sure we're not homeless, and I went the cheap route on getting doing birthday and doing prom, it's a problem. Everybody had a problem because I took my chairs outside to sit at the table that belonged to me. Tables that were mine, that were at my mom's house. Instead of me going to go buy folding chairs that cost over $10 per chair. Okay. And then they talk about, well, I hope she uses the lawnmower that she got from her mom's house. That was my lawnmower. That was mine that my ex-husband used to use. I don't know if it works. I don't know how to work on a lawnmower. I can only do what I can. The lawnmower that I did purchase was like an old school lawnmower. Somebody had told me about the lawnmower. That's why I was like, oh, let me try this. But this yard has grass that grows tall as I don't know up to your knees. So it's not going to work for this grass. So I'm working on getting a lawnmower. But people are just like, then on top of that, I still have to make sure I have money put aside for whatever portion of my water bill has got to be paid. Because once they fix this leak, I'm going to have to pay my part. You see what I'm saying? I still have a light bill. I'm still paying on that gas bill. And I still have my rent, my car insurance. I pay my phone bill, my daughter's phone bill.
I guess why is she telling us this? Like, girl, you got bills. Okay, girl. Because you do have all these bills, why did you quit your job? Let's be honest. You know, at this point, Skye, if you're better off doing something else, then go do that. So only the twins have a cell phone bill. Who's paying everybody else's? I don't understand what her point is. Like, you got bills, okay? We all got them, sis, but we all still manage to do for our children and handle our bills. And if we can't manage to do both, we figure out ways so we can do both. She's trying to justify why she didn't spend money on her daughter's prom. And let's be honest, y'all, at this point, it's a mute conversation. Prom is over. Me personally, if her daughter was satisfied with it, then that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what the internet thinks, right? Because let's be honest, the internet is going to scrutinize you. The daughter could have had on $1,000 prom dress. The internet would have said, why did you buy her that $1,000 prom dress? That was too expensive. So at the end of the day, the internet is always, it's never going to be 100% for you. Like, people are always going to have something to say. So I don't understand why she's sitting up here explaining to us her bills. And prom is definitely over, Nisha. It's over with, sis. It's done. It's completed. It's you sitting up at 2-something in the morning going over conversations that people have. Baby, everybody has moved on.
Okay.
Right, Tasha Nicole.
And I just got my twins' phones on. But I do nothing. Let me tell y'all something. If I was making so much money that everybody feel like I'm making, I'm gonna be honest. All the stuff y'all saying, I'd be doing. Man, I would have took my daughter. When I was growing up, my aunt did my hair for prom. So I felt like, okay, she would do my daughter's hair for prom. And we talked about it, that she would do my daughter's hair for prom. Okay? But then it came to getting close to prom, and it switched up to, yeah, I'll do her hair, but can you give me $125? Because at the time, my aunt was trying to get a place. You see what I'm saying?
So wait a minute. Your aunt said, agreed that she would do her hair. But then when it got closer to time, your aunt said to you, yeah, I'll do her hair, but I mean, can you pay me $125? Because your aunt was in a position where she needed housing. So you couldn't respect your aunt's hustle. But when you last year were destitute, down and out, on the internet asking or taking money so you can go wash your kids' clothes at the laundromat, that was okay. But your aunt, your family member says, yeah, I'll do your baby's hair, but I got to get paid. I need $125, which again, we all agreed it was a player deal. You snubbed your nose at your aunt because now she's looking for a place. But when you were looking for a place, you took all the handouts that came to you. Child, you even came on this internet and asked the people for, you needed $2,000 or $2,500 real quick. Y'all remember that house she was trying to put down, 2-bedroom, 3-bed, something, and she needed $2,000 real quick? Like, you came to the internet quick to try to hustle over some money. But your aunt is not asking the internet, she's asking you because she's providing a service that she needs to be paid, and she's only going to charge $125. So that's a problem? Oh, Skye, you ridiculous, sis. Yeah, the aunt godmother.
So it's like, if I had all this money, if I wouldn't have been evicted, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If everything would have been okay, we wouldn't have been homeless. I would have had all the money. When my taxes would have came, I would have had all the money that needed to be had for my daughter to go to prom. My daughter kept.
Wait, hold on. So you're blaming your homelessness from last year in July on prom damn near a year later? So you're saying if you wasn't homeless in last year in July, mind you, you got housed in January, prom wasn't until March. You got your taxes around the same time as prom. So you're telling us, had you not been homeless last year, and she's saying this the whole time that she got what she calls a husband living with her, you would have been able to pay for a better prom for your daughter? Skye, you're lying. You would have been able to pay a better prom for your daughter had you not effed off the money that you received right around the time, a few weeks before she went to prom. Now, understand that you probably did get one of those loans for your taxes, but I would believe that Skye probably got 8,000-9,000 back, probably closer to 10. No, it's a different aunt. I know, Latrice. I know it's a different aunt. I'm just saying, a family member that she calls godmama auntie was in need of housing and said, yeah, I'll do your hair, your daughter's hair, but I need to be paid $125 because I'm hustling up on this money. I'm trying to get me a place to stay. Skye, for that reason, should have been like, all right, auntie, here you go. Like, I'm willing to help the cause, because just a few months ago, I was hustling too, trying to get money together. I know it's a different aunt. I'm familiar with that. I'm just saying, that's not the, I'm not trying to say the aunt that she stayed with back when she first went homeless, and she went down there for a couple of days and they was cooking and the aunt was buying up food and letting them. I know that's not the same person. That's not my point. My point is, if this aunt is saying that she would do the hair, but she needs the money because she's trying to find a place to stay, why? Oh, okay, Tasha. Why would she snub her nose up at the aunt when Skye herself was just in the same predicament not even 6 months ago? That's all I'm saying.
Going back and forth on whether she wanted to go to prom anyway. She kept saying, I want to go to prom. Then again, I don't want to go to prom. Her friends ended up talking to her to go to prom. So prom was a last minute thing. That was last minute. That's just like,
right, ladies.
Everybody has such a problem because my kids were sleeping on mattresses on the floor. I go get beds and it still was not enough. It was still not enough. Oh, they need to have headboards. Why? If you look at my old apartment, my kids had bunk beds and all of that stuff. You know, I'm not understanding. I don't understand. Is it just that y'all just want to pick on me? I know I'm not the only mother, but still. Then everybody has something to say about my bed. I have a king size bed. Mattresses are high.
Marika, you are so true. I forgot about the iPhone. Skye bought her a brand new iPhone when she already had other iPhones. I forgot about that, Marika. Yeah, she did go to the Apple store. Honey, she did a whole video. She was geeked up about that new iPhone. Yeah, she sure did. Skye, they go to $125 right there on the iPhone.
I feel like as long as I can sleep on it, I'm gonna sleep on it. Like, y'all want me to go buy new couches, a new mattress. My kids got new mattresses. I did not. So then what is the problem? Y'all should be like, oh, well, she got her kids new mattresses.
No, we shouldn't be like that. Skye, the problem is, based off the money that you may have received, we know you received tax money. We don't know how much. Based off that, the things that you bought with that money, again, was cheap. That's what I'm saying. You bought your 5-year-old a little bitty cartoon toddler bed that should be for a 2-year-old that he clearly is too big for. That was a waste of money. He needed a regular twin-size bed. He's 5. He's about as tall as you. Why did he get a little plastic cartoon bed? That's what we're talking about. I think people more are saying how you spend your money and the things that you buy are foolish. She bought a MacBook too. God damn, girl, you was spending the hell out of them coins. But then now when it's time, see, that's what I'm saying. The reason why y'all get this tax money and so much of it is because you have dependents. So if we're gonna spend all the money on let's spend it on the kids first, because if it wasn't for the kids, you wouldn't be getting thousands and thousands of dollars back. And a lot of these moms and dads be forgetting that. Okay, when my kids were minors and I was able to claim them, baby, we balled. You hear me? I balled on them first. Then I wouldn't handle everything else because I was obligated to do that. In my mind, I always said, If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't even get this type of money back. So I would ball on them, let's be honest, within reason. I wasn't spending all my money on them because I still had other things to do. But Skye went and took care of her needs. And whatever little bit she could eke out for the kids, and that's what she did. I mean, she feels like because she did spend some money on the kids, the internet needs to hush. Well, see, that's why you don't come on the internet showing people how you spend your money. It's not our business how you spend your money. But then when you do come to the internet and show people how you spend your money, then now you mad because people are criticizing your decision-making on how you spent your money. If you would just hush and keep that to yourself, because let's be honest, it's not the business of the internet, how you spend your money. But they feel like that's content. No, it's not. It's nonsense. But then they feel obligated because they know the internet has helped them. The internet has gave them money. See, that's why y'all need, I ain't gonna say nothing anymore. Honey, do what you gotta do.
We're not worried about her. Oh, well. What is the problem? It's like y'all want me to go back being broke and back being homeless to please y'all. Honestly, it's really like.
Hey, Maja. Hey, True.
Skye is too stupid to understand her life is a testimony of her choices. Yep. I got us evicted. I already know. My fault. I get it. I understand. I know. Selling ebooks to guys which shows herself donating plasma twice a week. I don't even. First of all, I post videos of us donating plasma every once in a while. Me donating plasma every once in a while. Like,
sis, you quit your job to go donate plasma? All so you can sit at the house and call yourself a stay-at-home mom? Think about that, y'all. You quit your job to go donate plasma every week. Why? Who quits their job and then go donate plasma? Obviously, you're donating plasma because you need what? Money. So why the freak did you quit your job? You were a home health aide. You can work around your schedule. Being a home health aide damn near is like being a stay-at-home mom because you can plan your schedule. Because you take the kids to and from school, you can plan your patients in between the times that your kids are in school. You can be, as you're dropping kids off, you could be headed to your first client. By the time you finish your last client, you on your way to pick your kids up. One thing about healthcare, especially if you're a nurse, CNA, you can definitely be very creative with your schedule. I mean, there's other healthcare positions that can be creative as well too. They have a thing called PRN. Like there's so much she could have done. You quit your job, Heifer, because you didn't want to work. Once you started getting over $1,500 a month on YouTube, you said, "Bump that! Why should I go to work when I'm making just as much as I'm making on YouTube? I'm making what I make on my job on YouTube." And that's probably true because I think the CNA job was like she was making like $10 an hour. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd have quit that job 10 years ago. I wish I would be taking care of people for $10 a damn hour in 2025. Oh! God, please. And I'm a former CNA. I don't even remember making my first CNA job. I don't even remember. I think I started off at 12 and that was back in 2000. That is insanity. You quit your job, but you at the plasma place every week. What sense does that? That don't even make sense. I'm gonna quit my job, but I'm gonna make sure I go to this plasma place like I'm clocking in Broke mentality. Girl, it's insane. I'm going to tell y'all something. Baby, it's 2025. That whole broke thing is out the window. Okay? That is out, right, Nisha? That is out the window, honey. You got to have a mindset of more money, more money, more money. That's the type of world we live in now, baby. You can't think like we was thinking back in 2010 and 2010 when $17 an hour you was making money if you was making $17 an hour. That was back in 2010, y'all. It's 2025. You need to either be making 6 figures or 2 jobs that equals up to 6 figures in 2025 and beyond. I was making 13 when I was 19 in 2012, right, Don?
Y'all think ebooks and guides are going to sell? For me, it's not going to sell like that, because when I'm putting it on this channel where almost everybody on this channel completely hates me.
Right, K. Watts? When
all I did was try to bring an opportunity.
She did, Shanika.
To other people. And it was such a problem. It was such a problem. It's not even ebooks and guides. It's classes teaching you how to start businesses, certain businesses. Like, where did I go wrong? What did I do to y'all? Like, she has been at this big break plan for years and has gotten nowhere. She has been in RN working on her master's by now. I don't want to be an RN working on my master's. I don't want to do nursing. That's why I let my healthcare job go. I don't want to do it. That's not what I want to do no more. And it was YouTube, but now I'm reevaluating. I don't even want to do this no more, honestly.
Okay, so you don't want to do nursing. That's why you quit the home care job. You used to want to do YouTube. Now you're contemplating quitting YouTube. Okay, so sis, what's plan B? Because let's be honest, you're not quitting YouTube. Hush. Okay, you're not quitting YouTube. Let's be honest. What you put on the internet, I mean, at this point, just keep putting it up there because it's not. You're not gonna break the bank doing it anyway. Skye, as long as Skye make enough money so she can clear whatever portion rent she got to pay and have enough money so she can go to the Dollar Tree and out to eat and still go to the Plaza Place twice a week so she can get an extra $100, $150. Right, at this point, she can't quit. Right, Miss True, she can't quit. This is just one of her, I want to throw a tension tantrum. I want y'all to feel sorry for me video. She thought this video would get people to send her cash apps because the people on the internet is bothering her. No, sis, you're bothering the people on the internet at this point. Ain't nobody bothering you because didn't nobody tell you take your ass over there to Reddit anyway. Didn't nobody tell you take your ass on over there. So when you go looking for things, unfortunately, you find what you didn't want to see, right? So that's what you get for going to look for things. Baby, I wish I would go look for what somebody's saying about me. At the end of the day, I'm going to just know they talking and I'm going to just keep minding my business. As long as you don't come over here bothering me, just do what you got to do.
I don't want to do it anymore. Has she applied the same energy and doing something that would have truly made an impact on her and her kids' lives? Yep. I'm with her. My kids I already get that. I felt my kids. I already get that. Come on, man. I already get it. The fuck? I get that already. I felt them. I understand that. But guess what? They're here. And all I can do is continue to do what I can.
And this is what I wanted y'all to see. And this is what I wanted y'all to see. This right here is the reason why Skye needs to take a seat to the internet. She can't handle it. And I'm not saying that people should antagonize her. And it's not really people antagonizing her. They're just leaving their thoughts and opinions. And it might not be so favorable. But this is what I'm talking about. Like Skye knows that she effed up. See, this is what happened. The tears come when the money gone. See, the money gone. Okay? And so now she's crying because she knows she effed up her money. She's thinking back on all the foolish purchases that she makes, and she knows she can't get it back. It's next year, 2026, that's a long time. Okay? That's a long time for next year, February, March of 2026. Yeah, she hears it from the people in her life as well, too. Skye needs to do better. And if the internet is going to make her be more conscious of herself as a woman, then so be it. But it's the fact that you sitting up at 2-something in the morning crying to the camera, for me, which shows that, sis, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. You definitely need to find something safer to do, because this right here, like, if it's messing with your mental stability that bad, then sis, you definitely need to let it go.
I failed my kids.
Not what would be.
I failed my kids when I was promised that I would be loved and taken care of by their father. I can't do that. I failed them. I messed up. I understand that. I can't change that now. I can't change that now. I hope Maya has a good guidance counselor that actually helping her plan her life after graduation. Now, if she doesn't go to school, then she should consider the military so she can get away from Skye, because she gets caught in the same cycle.
Look at this. She is reading the comments and realizing the truth that lies in the words that people are stating on the internet. At that very moment, I would have put my phone down, walked up to them stairs where that man that I call a husband laying in the bed at, and I would have jumped on top of that bed and started jumping on top of his head. And I would have told him, get your lazy ass up out this bed. If I'm up, you up. And we got to figure out a game plan, since I'm calling you a husband and you living in my house. Because let's be honest, if it was just her, then she would need to come up with the game plan. But since you incorporated this man, then y'all need to come up with a game plan so you can live life better. It's her reading the comments and realizing how true it is. Like, she's reading what people, their opinions of her. And unfortunately for Skye, she's seeing some truth come out of that. And it's what she's already realized about herself. It's just, unfortunately, she's seeing it.
She continues to prove time and time again that it's useless. No job, no car, anything to better her situation. And then he has the audacity to be lazy and disrespectful. I guess she feels something is better than nothing. He's doing her disservice to her children by walking around like that, and she sees nothing wrong with it. Her content is boring, and she doesn't seem to understand how to engage with her audience, and gets offended when people say that. Okay, fine. I'm just done doing content. I'm good.
See, she hates it. Somebody said her content is boring and she doesn't understand. She doesn't understand that. I mean, Skye, unfortunately, it is boring, sis. I mean, to each his own. Maybe some people like you washing dishes and I don't know, and cooking whatever she's doing over there. I don't watch it, I guess. But she's reading these comments and she's like, oh my God, this is how people are viewing me. And unfortunately, it's humbling. And I'm telling y'all, a lot of these tears has to do with the fact that she don't have any money. Because a few months ago, when these same people was over here on Reddit dragging her ass, sis wasn't sitting on the internet crying about it. She was laughing because she had money in her pocket. Now that she's broke and she's trying to figure her way, and then she's bored because I'm just going to assume this man ain't here. Maybe he's, because I think she says in this video he's working. He was working at UPS, but he's not there. This nigga can't even keep a job. He'll get a job, he get 1 or 2 checks, and then he quits. He can't even keep a job. So now she's realizing, okay, I don't have any money. I didn't quit my job. YouTube paying, but it ain't paying I can't live like Peach McIntyre. She idolizes Peach. Oh my God, this girl's a mess. Y'all, we got a few more minutes and I'm gonna have to get off here. I thought we was gonna be able to get through the whole, but we're gonna have to finish up part 1 later on today.
That prom debacle was enough for me. That she doesn't care about her kids and doesn't see anything wrong with what she did. Because coming on the internet to tell the world that hates me that I did wrong is the best thing to do. You guys always want to sit here and say she doesn't care, she does, she's always offended about everything. I am a horrible. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I am a horrible mother for getting evicted. Correct. I am a horrible mother for taking my tax money to put a roof over my kids' heads. I'm a horrible mother for providing a car.
No, Skye, stop gaslighting the internet. You're a horrible mother for getting evicted. No, you're horrible for getting evicted because you wouldn't pay the money that you definitely had to pay and lost your Section 8. Because this house that you're living in, unless you're ready to pay the full amount of rent once the 2-year or 18 months commitment that they're helping you with either all the rent or a portion of the rent ends, then what are you going to do? See, instead of her sitting around thinking, oh, okay, I got about 1.5 years, so you need to be formulating a plan on how life is going to look for you moving forward. Instead of quitting a job because you got somebody helping you pay your rent. You were working when you had Section 8. Why would you quit the job because these people offered to help you pay your rent or pay all your rent in this little program that you're in? That made no sense in the world. Like I started this top of the video. We're already 5 months into the new year of 2025. Baby, you look around, it'll be September quick. And the year will be almost up. And then you'll be coming on a new year. And she'll get her taxes in 2026 and she'll F it off like she has done since we've been watching her. Someone in the chat said, Novella said, if she's ready to read the comments and realizing the truth, then she has to be ready to change. Because if she is not, then she needs to put the phone down. Why punish yourself if you're not going to change? Exactly. Skye's not willing to change because she's complacent in the life that she's living. She wants the internet to overlook the fact that she could do far better for herself and her family, but she chooses not to. She wants the internet to congratulate her on the fact that she did buy her kids beds, although they didn't have headboards. And let's be honest, if there's some good mattresses and you got a good frame, okay, it doesn't have a headboard. I mean, all right, but it's the fact that you're going to allow those kids to F those beds up and you'll be back buying new ones next year. She just bought them beds last year. You're buying beds every year. You should never have to buy beds every year. If you go ahead and spend quality money, you won't have to buy furniture every year. The couches and stuff that she has in her house, y'all got to be honest. Skye doesn't teach her children how to take care of their things. So she doesn't spend a lot of money on stuff because she knows and she knows that she'll F it up and her kids will F it up. All right, y'all. I got to stop here because I got to get off. I just realized what time it is. we'll come back with part 2 of part 1. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to be able to get through part 1. We still got another 20 minutes. And it gets good towards the end of this live or this video. And then we'll go into part 2. But it definitely get good. Is she on Section 8? No, I don't think she got her Section 8 back. I believe she's on some program. One of my subscribers said that she's on some program that'll help her pay her rent for like 2 years or something like that. So I don't think let me say this. I don't know for certain if she's on Section 8 or not. My subscriber, I don't know how they knew this, told me that. I don't know, maybe Skye mentioned it in a video or a live stream somewhere. I'm not really sure. But let me let you guys go. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. Make sure you guys leave your comments about this if you watch Skye, or if you don't watch Skye and you're just engaged with this conversation that we're having with Skye. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. And TMR will definitely see you guys in the next one. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. Have a good day. And remember, sub what you love. Bye.